Okay, guys, welcome back. By now, you should have got your book that says morning work. So we're doing day one. Now, when we do this, it's going to be like we do it on the carpet. I'm going to do each section, okay? But now, as we do at school, or as you know from school, everyone does this at a different time and a different pace. So I'm going to do it quite slowly, but if you find that I'm going too fast for you, you just press the pause button. Ask mom to or dad to show you where that is. You press pause and you pause until you're ready, done that section, and then press play again, and you can just do it at your own pace. So don't feel rushed. Don't feel stressed that I'm going too fast. You just do it at your own pace. Okay, right, let's start. We are starting with making 10. We'll start with our number line. Okay, so it says 2 plus what will get us to 10. So remember, with 2, we start at 2, so we go to the bunny. Okay, and now we want to get all the way to 10. So this time, it doesn't tell us how many jumps to make. It tells us where we want to land up. We want to land up at number 10. So we have to count how many jumps. So there's the bunny at 2. We want to jump all the way to 10. And then we have to work out how many jumps we've made. Okay, so are you ready? We're going to start with the bunny. Let's go slowly and let's count how many jumps. At 2, we go 1, 2. Remember, touch line to line. Hey, don't go in between the lines. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not there yet. 8, right, we have landed at number 10. And we did, can you remember how many jumps we did? Let's go back and count them. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 2 plus 8 jumps will give us 10. Right, now if you're not finished, you press pause. We're going to carry on to the next section. And when you're ready, you press play. Okay, here is a sight word. It's got 3 letters, 2 tall letters, and then a short letter. So that's a clue. Because look, there's our only short letter. So our short letter is going to go there. We unscramble it. Do any of you know what that word is? One of our sight words. The. Good. Well done for those of you that got that. Okay. So the is T, and then an H, and then an E. Says the. T-H-E. Very good. You ready to move on to our next section? Okay, here is a whole sentence. So when we get to this part, you're going to trace the sentence, but you have to work out what that last letter is. And that picture is going to give you a clue. So if you look at that picture, it's a little piggy, and what is he splashing in? Okay, so let's see. This sentence, there's our sight word again, goes the pig. Pig. What's that? Pig. Good. Is in. Have you worked out what that word is yet? The piggy is playing in mud. Good. Right. Now, let's write our sentence first. So I hope you are taking time to write properly. You always start at the top, remember? So we go our capital T. It's a capital T because it's the beginning of a sentence. Here, we had a lowercase t because that's just the word the. But when it's at the beginning of a sentence, capital. So starting at the top for H, down, up, and around. And E. Right, between the words, we have a finger space, remember? Now let's do pig. Start with the line going down for Peter Puppy. His ears first. So P, P, I, G. Pig. The pig is, that's another one of our sight words, is I, N, in. And we said mud. M, a, d. M, a, d. So what are those sounds? M, who goes m? Right, munching Mike. M, a, who goes a? Right, uppy umbrella. And then m, a, d. Who goes d? D for Dippy Duck. Very good. Now remember with Dippy Duck, you do his back first. It's as if you're going to do an A, right? You do his back first, around and all the way up to his head and down. I hope you did that right. Okay. The pig is in mud. Very good. Now remember, if we're going too fast, you press pause and you wait, you press play when you've caught up, okay? Okay, the next section is our math. Now, we haven't done, we're writing like this before, we haven't done numbers all the way up to 100. Whoa, you can do it. Okay, now you look at these numbers, it's 10, 20, 30, something, 40, oh, I just gave it away. Mrs. Bertha. 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. So we are counting in tens. Now, when we count in tens, look at, maybe we've seen it before. There's always a 0 at the end, and this time it's the number in front that is changing because we're counting in tens. Okay, so we start with 10. Start at the top. 1 and a 0 is 10. Okay, now we're going to 20. So 20 is 2 and a 0. Now we go to 30, which is 3 and a 0. Right, now let's look at these numbers in the beginning. That's a 1 and a 0, a 2 and a 0, a 3 and a 0. So what's going to be next? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. A 4 and a 0. So what number did we make? Mrs. Bertha gave you the clue. All right. 40. 10, 20, 30, 40 is a 4 and a 0. Right. Let's carry on. A 5 and a 0. A 6 and a 0. A 7 and a 0, an 8 and a 0. What's next? 9, good. A 9 and a 0. And then a 10 and a 0, which is actually 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Look at you, you superstars. Okay. We're getting to the last two over here. We are going to look at these beans and work out how many beans we have. Okay, so it says we have 2 plus 5 equals how many? Okay, so now because you're at home, you can use colors and you got different colors. So we're going to color in these 2 beans, jelly beans. I'm coloring them in blue. You can color them whatever you want to. Okay, and then it says plus 5. So these jelly beans, I'm going to color in a different color just because I can and because you can. Okay, so it's 2 jelly beans, 2 blue jelly beans, and 5 red jelly beans. Okay, how many have you got? So let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5, but we know that 5 and 2 more is 7. So whether it's 2 and 5 or 5 and 2, you still get 7. Very good. Well, I did it in red, but that's okay. All right, so 2 plus 5 is 7. Good. Now we do our last section. Okay, remember 2D and 3D shapes? Alrighty, so if you look at those crayons, it says 2D. What's that color? Red. What color is that? Well done, superstars. It's red. So if our 2D shape, if it's a 2D shape, we're going to color it in red. Okay. And this 3D is blue. Blue. Good. Okay. Can you remember the difference between 2D and 3D? 2D, it's flat. Okay, and 3D, it's like it's popping out. Okay, so let's have a look at our pictures. Let's look for the pictures that we know, the ones that we know. So let's have a look over here. I see, okay, I'm going to go first with my red, and I'm going to see which 2D shapes that we recognize that are just flat, that don't look like they're sticking out at all. So I see a circle. Can you see something? You can color it in if you see it. I see an oval. That's also flat. Remember, if an oval was 3D, it would be an egg. But this is a flat oval. Okay. Ooh, this one. It's a rectangle. It looks a little bit more pointy than what we're used to seeing, but it's still got 2 short sides and 2 long sides. So that's still a rectangle. Okay. And I see another one. Can you see it? Right, it's this one over here. Okay, let's count how many sides it's got. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides. So that's going to be a name that we don't use very often in kindergarten. It's a pentagon. Right. Can you see any more flat shapes? Any more 2D shapes? Nope. There aren't any more. Now we're going to pick up our blue and we're going to see if there are, well, double check. Don't just color them in and presume that they're 3D. So let's see why they're 3D. Oh, look at this one. So that's a circle and then it comes up in a triangle. It's like an ice cream cone. Okay, that's a 3D shape. Okay, this one, what does that look like? You've got a square, but then it's coming out on the sides. That's like a dice. So that's a 3D shape of a dice. Okay, here is another triangle that's sticking out. And over here, a pyramid. Right. Okay, so there we've done our morning work.